Set us up, baby.
Okay, so as you all know, we are very obsessed with Disney, and so I am in like I am in like 1,000,001 Disney groups on Facebook, and there's one Facebook group I'm a part of where we talk. People like just ask advice and stuff like that about the parks, and everybody just like shares information with each other.
Okay.
So this post I saw a couple of weeks ago. I saw really early in the morning. And I got so angry that I started screenshotting it. I was like, I'm going to show this to my husband.
Yeah, so we censored the names and stuff, so.
Yeah, and then I was telling him about it, and we started arguing about it in the car, so we thought it would definitely
Did we start arguing?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, I didn't even know we're about to fight. Let's get ready to fight, guys.
So this is a mother who posted on the group. Let's talk deluxe resorts. We've gone the last 3 years in a row, and my son is now 15, but my daughter is 6. My son only agrees to go if we stay deluxe, like Polynesian or Contemporary Resort. Convince me why these might be better.
So here's my perspective: is that kid's entitled? What I said was like, okay, now you go to the deluxe resort and you leave your 15-year-old home. Why roll your eyes? This is an entitled behavior from a 15-year-old. If he had said, Mommy, Daddy, can we please stay in the deluxe? That's fine. But he's saying he's only going to go if he's in a deluxe resort. That's entitled behavior. Is he paying for himself?
Oh my God. See, this is why he's the reason why I screenshotted all this. You sound like all the people in the comments, which we have screenshots of, where I'm screenshotting them. I'm like, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
How are they? What is wrong with that?
Calm down. Like, who cares? He's gone for 3 years in a row, and he's like, I'm only going if we stay at a deluxe hotel. Like, okay, so let me see, like, if the deluxe hotels are actually worth something, and then we'll all go. Or if he doesn't want to go, he doesn't have to go. Why is it that something to get that pressed about and then start fucking like attacking this mother and her kid? Like, oh, your kid's such a piece of shit.
Who am I? I'm not attacking the mother. I'm saying the kid isn't like the kids are entitled. Literally, as you get older, you become more of a human being. Kids are like little selfish assholes. They steal your food. This isn't a criticism of the mother, but this kid. Maybe I'm assigning an inflection to it. Right, maybe he's not the terrible. Maybe he's like, yeah. Maybe his perspective is like, yeah, I don't really want to go unless we stay in like a really nice hotel, and I'm fine with not going. If he's a
15-year-old boy who has been to Disney 3 years in a row.
Okay, so how are you interpreting this? Because I'm interpreting this as like, I'm not gonna go unless you give me this. That's how I'm interpreting this.
I'm interpreting it as like, I'm only going if we stay at one of the deluxe hotels.
But like what? Because like you think that he's already over it? He's like, I've been here 3 years in a row. Like, I don't really care. I don't really want to go unless.
Yeah, and like a 15-year-old boy with a 6-year-old girl. Like, Disney's different. He's gone for 3 years in a row. You know, like he's probably over it. I only want to stay at deluxe hotels too.
Yeah, but you're my brat wife.
All right, well, we're going to go through the comments.
Okay, but
now.
I get what you're saying. I'm coming from the place where hold on. You're coming from the place where like this kid's been here 3 years in a row. He's seen a lot of it. He doesn't necessarily care, and he doesn't really want to go with a 6-year-old because that could be a lot of energy. And he's like, you know what? I only really want to go if it's a really nice hotel because I'm going to stay home and masturbate while you go to Disney or something.
Probably.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I used to fucking. I still okay. Anyway, okay, I get it. For me, I'm seeing this more as like a power play. And he's a young boy too, so it's like a little different. Because young boys they're digging, okay. So to me, it's a power play.
That's my thing, though, and this is what we're gonna get into with the energy of the comments. Like, if it is a power play from him, like, why are you having a power struggle meeting that power?
It's so interesting that like when I first gave my perspective on this, I didn't even know we were fighting, and apparently we were fighting.
Yeah, because I think you're wrong.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't even know you disagreed with me when you brought this up last week.
Because by you responding to the situation that way, like, makes him what word did you use?
I don't know. What word did I use?
What do you describe him as?
I don't know.
You think he's
going for a power play.
You said something
entitled.
else. Entitled.
Yeah.
You're making him entitled by having that energy.
So you're saying that the 15-year-old doesn't realize he's being entitled, and by me acknowledging that, he's becoming more entitled.
Yeah, probably.
What do you mean? 15-year-olds are old enough to know well and so decently.
Yes, but I don't think that whatever. That's besides the point.
Okay, we're assigning a value here that we were speculating on a value. Anyway, this says tell him to pay for it if he wants to choose. Have an input, awesome. Have a favorite, awesome. Have an ultimatum, ha. Hope you're chipping in on the cost support. I agree. Makes sense. Yeah, if you want to listen. I was a brat when I was younger, and that's the response you give kids. Like, oh, buy it yourself. Oh, I don't want to eat this for dinner. Go buy whatever you want. Oh, well, it don't work. It's entitled behavior.
I'm
not saying the kid is a horrible person. Kids can be entitled. I'm just saying.
That one we're not reading.
Why?
Because it doesn't.
Oh,
she's just giving advice about a resort.
Oh, okay. What an idiot. Typical woman, am I right?
So then this is.
Just making sure that okay, this is the second one. All right.
So this person, make sure this is how I'm going to read it, how I read it, okay? Make sure he understands the house rules and the required adherence to them while you guys are away. No parties, grandma's in charge, house is to be clean, grass is to be mowed. He is to check in via FaceTime at least 3 times per day. Your kids don't like you. That's how I feel.
I mean, that seems a little intense. You know, I just...
And it's like, why, like, comment it? Like, if you are so, like, angry, like, I understand being like, listen, like, I would tell him to stay home.
Well,
but this is like too much. Well, you're getting off on overpowering kids.
That I agree with you, only because if in my worldview he wants to go, but he's playing the power play game, it's enough of a punishment to just not take him. Frankly, get the deluxe resort and don't take him. That's the punishment.
I think that's really shitty.
Oh, I'm so sorry. If it is because he's playing in the entitled game, I don't know. If it was our kid and we could tell that he just didn't want to go because he's like, yeah, I just don't really want to go, but I would go if it was the Polynesian. That's different. Then I would just say, like, okay, like, we're gonna have you stay home. We're not gonna splurge for that, and that's okay, you know. But if it's from what I'm interpreting it as is that it's a power play, then like, yeah, we're gonna get the nice hotel and you're not coming. But like, this is like a little overkill. It's that seems like
but if you aggressive. Did something like that, like I would understand why like your kids would no longer talk to you, and I would be okay with that.
Okay, all right.
That's like petty behavior.
Yes.
I think that's shitty to be a petty parent.
I think it's shitty for your kid to feel that despite that they're not working or earning anything and that their entire existence up until this point is solely because of the parent's existence, that they shouldn't act like entitled fucking brats. Like if my kid, like that's, again, if my kid is doing it as like a power play, like, okay, fuck you. Because they're not expecting you to say no. They're expecting to get what they want because they're a brat. And so like, okay, no, you're staying home. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go, and you're not coming because you're a brat.
I just don't like that.
Okay, well, good thing we're raising our kids together. I'm sure we'll have more robust conversations.
Yeah, not that way.
Sure. Listen, you asked me if I was in sole charge. Okay, that's what we're talking about. All right. Next one. You want to read it or want me to? This is so weird to me. My kids and nieces and nephews have grown up going to Disney since they were very little. They're now adults, some of with their own kids. They all wanted to go to Disney even during the teenage years, and we're happy with whatever. Just being with the whole family was a reason enough. We've always stayed on property, and we stayed deluxe, but mostly moderate. They didn't care. We were at Disney on vacation together. When you say he only agrees to go if you say deluxe, right? Really? Wow. Oh, and there was a 10-year age gap from the youngest to the oldest to our group of the kids, and they all loved being together. Just weird.
Hot take. Not everybody wants to be with their family all the time. And Disney might not be the best place on earth to everybody, especially when you go 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, again,
it's just like, it's so weird. This is the thing that I hate about these Disney groups. These people are so weird and entitled about like going to a place where you spend all your money and cry over people dressed up in costumes. That's what blows my goddamn mind. I love going to Disney. I really do. I can't wait to go in November. Like, it actually makes me upset of how long we have to go. But the way that these people like are like, it's fucking weird, bro.
Well,
it's weird.
I mean, I think that was a nice sentiment that they had said. Like, hey, it's about being together with your family. If your argument is just that he's desensitized to Disney, he doesn't really want to go unless he can jerk off in the deluxe host, that's fine. But, listen. If it's the way
see, this is your best friend now.
Leave him home and take your daughter to a deluxe resort and live it up. Oh. 1,000%. Why spend extra money to drag him along when he's already so ungrateful about it? 1,000%, 100%, 1,000,000%. True. Why are you so angry?
I think that makes you such a piece of shit to think that way.
What do you mean? In my view that he's being entitled, if that is correct, how am I wrong for proving to my kid that you shouldn't be an entitled fuck?
Because I think that you going away and having a vacation, whatever regular vacation we were going to have, and not taking them and them staying home, like, is enough to show that you're not going to bend on their demand if it is a demand. I think that you going beyond and like booking a deluxe resort and going like as much as you can to shove it in their face, that's what makes you shitty.
Yeah, good. Listen, I get what you're saying, but no, but this is the problem. Okay. So we're going to assume that it's my behavior, that I'm right about the situation. You could be right, but like that's what we're arguing, right? That he is entitled. He's saying, boom, I will only go to Disney if you do this for me. And you're saying, well, we're not going to do that for you. You could stay home, and just doing that. You're saying that that's the appropriate response, right?
Yes.
That's a neutral response. He needs to be punished for having an entitled perspective on the world. To me, a pattern of behavior of entitlement with, I'm only going to do this thing if you do this for me. Imagine he said something like that at a fucking job, unemployed. He has a perspective that's going to get his ass kicked. He's going to turn 20 years old or 18. He's going to get a job. He's going to act like an entitled fuck, and he's going to fail in the world because we let him have entitled baby fucking behavior and didn't punish him enough. So now he needs to learn that his actions have consequences. He's staying home. He can eat whatever he wants. He still has his freedom to stay home. But he has to learn that, we're not going to say, you can only eat 500 calories a day, and you better mow the lawn and cut the grass, and you have to eat only broccoli. It's just you're going to stay home, and we're going to enjoy ourselves, and, we're not going to adhere to your demand. We're not going to beat the kid. We're not hurting. He's not going to be locked in a dungeon. We're going to have, a chaperone stay there, or he'll stay with grandma or something. And then he'll be fine. He's not going to be miserable, but he will understand that he's going to get the punishment of not getting what he wants, and we're going to get what he wanted because you're not going to be an entitled fuck.
I think that you're just teaching your kid that you're an asshole.
How? Yes, I will. I am an asshole if you're going to act entitled. Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like you're an asshole that doesn't deserve to be respected.
Why? Because why?
Why? Because you're just doing something to be an asshole.
I'm not.
Go on your regular Disney vacation and then come home, and that's when you start to implement changing behavior.
Yeah.
Fine. If you don't want to come, we're not going to stay at a Disney resort, so you're not going to come. However, I find that you were being demanding, and I don't find that respectful. These are the reasons why this is disrespectful. If you want to put demands on us, setting a deluxe resort, then that's something you're going to have to contribute to. And maybe these are the ways around the house that you could start contributing to more things. And then maybe next time we go on a vacation, we'll be able to do something a little bit more fancy. But I just need to remind you again that what you're doing is disrespectful. And I don't appreciate when you demand things from me when we're just trying to do a nice family thing.
So which
do you think is better? That or being haha, you stupid bitch, you could stay fucking home with grandma and I'm gonna go to the best hotel in the world.
Well, it's not like grandma's a horrible person.
Which sounds better though?
Listen, if you're...
I'm right. I see it in your smile.
Shut up. Let me talk. First of all, I don't know, because I'm going into this. First of all, I don't appreciate that you hid this well thought out perspective until we are 15 minutes into the segment as a got you, because that's what it is. You wanted to build me up and then 15 minutes later drop the ball and actually this would be more effective. If you led with that, it would be more productive. You wanted to go to war on this, so you let me build up. You're trying to shame me. You're doing the same thing that I would have done to the kid. You're trying to shame me and embarrass me in front of people, and I think it's funny, by the way. It's okay, but don't pretend like you're this fucking moral.
You went right, and that's the same thing you said in the car. I'm such a good person. Hey, listen, husband, it might be more effective if we sit down with the kid and say, listen, this is entitled behavior, blah, 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 blah. This would be better. You could have led with that, and it would be okay, you know what? That's a good idea. Instead, I see the fucking rage in your eyes as if this is our fucking kid and I made an authoritative decision without consulting you on the way we were going to raise our kid. Yeah, because we're going to raise kids together.
But we're going to do it together. Are you going to wait till after I punish the kid and then before you express your opinion, or are you going to say no, let's talk about it? You set me up. I see that you set me up.
I didn't set you up.
You set me up, motherfucker.
We talked about this. I know you're going to cut this into segments, but earlier in the Barbie movie, we talked about how women interpret things as your fault. as if it's your fault, and you're saying that I gave purpose to my actions.
Yes, because I don't hide behind being a woman. I know. Oh my God, I love you to death. You are literally everything in the world. You are what makes me fear death because I never want to be without you. But you are a petty bitch. What are you talking about? I know you set me up.
I'm petty to you. Yeah,
you set me up.
I didn't.
You set me up.
I didn't set you up.
You set me up a little bit.
I really don't think I did.
Okay, a little passive aggressive. It's okay. Listen.
Okay, now this is turning like, ha ha ha, we're on stream. I'm actually fucking angry at you now. Because why?
So am I.
This is what I get irritated with. Okay, this is one of the things you do that makes me so goddamn irritated.
Okay.
You did this. Do you think I put any thought into like getting a got you moment?
Yes.
No. If that so happens to be what happened, maybe. But I did not put any energy into making that happen. But am I right? That's all that matters. I'm right.
Listen. Why didn't you just say this right after I said my first perspective?
Because I honestly just thought about it.
Oh, so you just didn't even. Okay. So this wasn't even in your head.
No, because I was just so caught up. So like you on people being shitty.
Okay. Listen, first of all, I think I might agree with that perspective. I get what you're saying. Hey, if you're arguing first of all, you never even thought about a better punishment.
No, I'm just so 100% against the idea of going and doing the deluxe.
I understand. Okay. First of all, though, you didn't have it flushed out, so you just happened to be right. That's what it sounds like to me. You just happened to be right about this.
I knew I was right, but now I found the way to be absolutely right.
Right. So it's one of those things where like you're just debating. Okay, you won.
Yeah.
Okay, so I agree with you. There's probably better and more constructive ways to do this with the kid. Here's what I would do maybe now. We're not going to get the deluxe thing. We're not going to be subservient to you. But you have very entitled behavior, and we would operate in a way to criticize that and work forward to change that perspective. Okay. I still don't think it's the worst thing in the world, though, to say, fuck you, we're getting a deluxe hotel and we're going to Disney without you. I still don't think that that's bad. What you're saying is better. It's probably more effective. But I don't think it's a bad thing to punish your kid for being entitled.
No, I don't think that it's bad to punishment.
Entitled behavior, I think, is one of the worst types of behaviors that your kid can have. And growing up into an adult, I hate entitled people. I would rather my kid cry because we didn't take them to Disney and them not be entitled than the other way around.
But by doing the action, like in this person's suggestion, are you just not teaching your child that then when you become a parent, you could be entitled?
I think that this gets into a really deep conversation about the way that we punish people in society, where we do empathetic punishments versus non-empathetic punishments. Where we talked about this in the case of religion too, where it's like let's say you have two people engaged, you have two kids, and you took them both out to eat. And the one kid was like screaming and yelling. Well, both kids were screaming and yelling, being obnoxious and throwing food. And you took them home and you told one kid if they ever do that again, you're going to beat them. Versus you talked to the other kid and you said like, here's why everything you did was really wrong. And then they both corrected their behavior and you say, which one is better off?
Yeah.
The way you would have handled it is better. But then sometimes people don't think about that. You're also, I'm not trying to be in it, but you're a behavioral specialist, which I think is great. So like most people wouldn't come to that perspective. And I don't think it's fundamentally bad as a parent to have a punishment method that would still work even if it's not perfect, because sometimes that's the best people might be able to come up with. So if they were like, yeah, you know what, fuck you, you need to learn not to be a brat. You're going to stay home. We're going to go out. We're going to have fun. Is it perfect? No. But are they a bad parent? No, I don't think so either. I think that I think that it's more about having the solutions present to you. You know what I mean?
Haborg said, scared of you versus punishment. I think that is a great perspective to have.
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of healthy fear. What? I'm afraid of my mother. I love my mother.
I'm afraid of her too.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, it's effective. I'm not saying that I'm not petrified of my mother. She's a very good woman. She's very good to me. But there's also a health.
I wouldn't want to be on her wrong side.
Yeah, well, there you go. Did it work? Okay, so I agree with you. Your method is better, but I don't think you're a bad person for going into a different way. Hold on, I could just do this.
I still want to look at the rest of them.
Yeah, we are. Okay. You're suggesting, I like that. Like, this is the second time on stream today that I got mad at you.
When was the first time?
I don't know. I was getting very sensitive during the Barbie segment.
Yeah, and then I didn't have a good argument, so that's why I was not very invested. But anyways,
I get that. Yeah. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I enjoy.
No, I
it.
could tell that you were getting angry, and it was something I didn't care about. So
Listen, I get what you're saying. It's okay to be angry. I think I processed it well though. I didn't yell. Okay. Anyway, whatever. Wait, you're suggesting Deluxe and leaving him at home? Sheesh, you guys are brutal. Absolutely. Guess he's not going then. Is this a joke? It has to be a joke, right? I mean, who gives a 15-year-old veto power on a trip that he's not paying for? A 15-year-old is a child. Book what you want and either leave him at home or make him go. I'd definitely leave him home with an adult and list of chores.
This is what I'm saying, but though I feel like these are people who like get off on being in like an authoritative role as like over children.
What do you mean get off to it?
Like
they want to punish their kids?
Yes.
Maybe.
Like I don't know. I just get like a weird vibe. I'm very excited to become a mother. I'm very excited to like be responsible for like teaching little people that are going to grow up to be big people and be like positive impacts in the world. Yeah. And I think that things are supposed to be like conversations.
Okay.
And I know that like as an adult, like I will have, or as the parent, I will have authority over some things or authority over many things. But like, I don't know. I get like a sense of like better than because I'm the parent.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. It sounds like what you're saying to me is, listen, as a parent, I understand that I am an authority figure over my child. I'm responsible for their well-being, and I'm responsible for them being good people, and I need to teach them those things. And so you feel like if the person's first thought is a harsh punishment, that there's a part of the parent that actually engages in a power fantasy to almost be oppressive over their kid in a way where that behavior will be taught down to their kid and et cetera down the line. And it's a non-constructive behavior to engage in to make somebody the best version of themselves that they could be. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I get that. That makes sense to me.
Where it's like, oh, like I'm like an asshole. I'm just like, I look at these things and I'm like, oh, like I wouldn't be surprised if like your kids don't come home for the holidays once they find a partner. Like that's what I look at.
Okay. I understand what you're saying.
You know? And I don't want to be. I don't find that to be the best parent.
No. I think that you have, because it sounds like what you're saying is you think that some of these people might be looking for problems in their kid. Like they want their kid to have a problem with them so they can punish them. Like you're saying that it could be a slippery slope to the parents almost potentially setting them up sometimes to be overly aggressive or assertive in their punishments.
No, I don't think as much that. I just think that like this one like has a lot of like negative energy that it's like, whoa. Yeah. Like
okay. Did you comment and say, hey, I think this is the best?
No, because the moderator turned off commenting for the post. I was gonna comment and be on it and say something like, wow, like all you guys sound like real big pieces of shit. That's what I was gonna say.
Probably not constructive, but okay. All right, the next one. When he's paying for it, he can choose where to stay. He's more than welcome to put his input in and have an opinion, but exclude, depending on the deluxe resort or not, he's just disrespectful. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Sounds like he's going for grandma's for a while you go. The happiest place on earth. Remind him who the parents are.
That's what I'm saying. The happiest place on earth apparently is not Disney, and that's okay.
Okay. It's possible. It's possible. That's Disney, but don't let him go to that either because, okay, gotcha. All right. I think this is the last one. He's not paying, so he doesn't get to go decide. LOL, you're the parent. I'm not saying... I'm not talking you into going, because if we're going on a family trip, you're going, end of story, right? LOL. Yes, I think that's fair too. Like, oh no, I'm going to take you. That's also a fair response. Be like, you're going to come regardless of what you think, and you're just going to stay in the non-deluxe resort.
See, I'm not like argumentative over this point, but I don't necessarily agree with that, because like if you really don't want to come, don't come on my trip and ruin it. You could stay home.
So I disagree, because I think that this is probably better than the original perspective I had of like stay home. Listen, kids are annoying. You have to teach kids family values. If they decide to say like, no, you're going to come regardless, that's fine. As long as you don't beat the kid while they're going and be rude to them. Be like, no, you're going to come. It's a family trip. You need to learn family. I needed to learn family. I used to hate my family for no reason. My mother drilled into my head that like family is family, and now family is very important to me. Like that's a socialized behavior. And then saying, no, you're going to come regardless. It wasn't a choice for you. You're a silly little boy. You know, that's fair. Maybe don't call him a silly little boy, but you get my point. That's fair. That's fair to be like, no, this is a family thing. Like, family is very important. You're coming and you don't have a choice. Because sometimes you need to tell your kids they don't have a choice when they do things. Because, you know, like, you like when it comes to eating food, you don't have a choice. You're eating decent food. You're not going to eat shit every. You know what I mean? Like, you have to sometimes assert that. So I think that makes sense to me. This is a family trip. You're coming whether you like it or not. That's final. And you're going to enjoy yourself and you're not going to be miserable. Because then you do that. Be like, you're coming, you're going to stay in here, and you're not going to act miserable. And then, because then I'll smack your ass. Okay? Then I'll kick your, you're not going to ruin this for me. So you're going to come, you're going to enjoy it, because we're going to do nice things with you. We're not going to bring you and then, like, put you on a leash and drag you behind a car. We're going to do nice things with you, and you're going to enjoy it, and you're not going to be a miserable fuck. Some people that we know could benefit from that type of punishment. There are people who need to learn to not be fucking miserable, because you want to know what? Everybody's miserable, and everybody's miserable sometimes, and sometimes you're miserable at the worst possible moment. But the reality is just because you feel miserable doesn't give you the entitlement to display that and project it onto everybody else and act like a total fucking dickhead because you're not getting what you want. And that's the behavior kids need to learn. I don't want to go. Fuck you. Who are you? You're a 15-year-old child. This is a family outing. You're coming to the family outing.
I hear you on that one.
Okay. Because I'm telling you, that is something that I'm going to reinforce in our kids.
I'm
like,
okay
if they're
with
saying,
that.
we're not going to grandma's, yes, you are. You don't have a choice. You're coming and you're going to enjoy yourself. I don't want, I don't want to have to piss constantly, but I'm diabetic. That's life.
So dumb.
It's just what you have to do, what you have to do. You grow up. That I think is fair.
Fair.
See, look at that. Boom. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. I may let my kids voice their opinions or wants, but at the end of the day, I'm the parent. They aren't. I would never let any kid of age tell me what we are or aren't going to do or where we're going to stay. I think that there's cause for conversation from your kid. If he wants to express, hey, I'd prefer to go here, it would make me happier, then we can have a conversation. Hey, I would rather stay in a better resort than stay in like another thing, you know, maybe more comfortable. There'd be more room. I don't want to stay in the thing with my 6-year-old's, daughter, fucking sister, you know, she's annoying. And I would interpret that as like, you're 15 now. 16, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're 15. I get it. You know what? That's fun. Maybe you get them their own, room or something. I don't know. The 6-year-old throw them in like a basket or something. Right. I'm so confused. LOL. Like, sure, I might say, hey, where do you guys want to go? What do you want to do for vacation? But telling me you're not going to go somewhere unless it's super expensive is insane, ungrateful, and disrespectful. I agree with that. Okay. Yeah. Any final thoughts?
I think that was a good fight.
We had a very good fight.
That was a real fight. If you guys
that was a real
didn't
fight.
catch that,
we just actually fought on stream.
Yeah.
But it was a good fight because you want to know what? This was a fight we needed to have because we're going to be in a similar situation when we have kids.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things that people need to do is have constructive conversations. That was really, that was one of our fights. Other people fight much worse. Like, if we weren't on stream talking about this, it would have been pretty much the same.
Yeah, I just would have probably like stood up
you would have went like, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
What do you wouldn't say that. You say, what are you fucking talking about?
Yes. What the fuck are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And I would say, are you fucking kidding me right now? I say, Jesus fuck, are you just what? And then we would do like that. It would just be louder.
Yeah.
And more cursing.
I love you.
I love you too. That was a good constructive fight because we're gonna have situations like that when we have kids, where our kid's gonna act like an entitled dick, and we're gonna have to solve it. And we talk about things. We mostly are on the same page with how we want to raise our kid, but there's gonna be some stuff where we're gonna have a little bit of turbulence.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So cool. I like that segment. That was fun. That was stimulating. That was a good segment. That was fun. That was a fun fight.
Yes.
That was a fun fight. Look at how happy we are after we fought.
Mm-hmm. I do have one extra bit of info to add to that.
Okay.
I don't have a screenshot, but the mom said in one of the comments that one of the reasons he requested to go to a deluxe resort is because there would be more hot girls by the pool.
Oh, well, that's that. But see,
So
that's what I'm talking about. You're hiding information from me. If my young 15-year-old son said, Dad, I would like to go to a deluxe resort, and one of the reasons is to see some tits.
We're going to the deluxe resort.
I'm not even saying we're going to go to the deluxe resort, but the behavior is no longer entitled. I remember being a 15-year-old horny kid And I would be like, okay, you know what? We can't afford it, and you're coming regardless, but you're not actually going to come because we're not going to the fucking deluxe resort. That would be much more understanding of that person, because I mean that's not entitled. That's just like, I'm horny. I'm a young man going through shit, and I'd be like, all right, I get that. That's not entitled behavior anymore. That's just the kid wanting to fucking
Look at girls' boobies.
look at girls' boobs. Maybe even hit on a girl his age or something. That's my boy. Good job. You're not gay. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Why did you hide that information?
Because then we wouldn't have fought.
Oh, listen to me right now, motherfuckers. Listen to me right now. Okay. In that segment, what did I say? My wife was trying to set me up. And hold on. I'm happy we had the fight, by the way. It was constructive for the content. Would you have done that if we weren't online?
Yes, because for me, it's looking at the other parent's response.
You're talking
to it.
more about like, what if the situation was as bad as I thought?
Yeah, like
And-
I'm
okay, I
looking
get
more
it.
at the parents' response that are like, that's just a kid and I'm a parent and what I say goes.
We just double jerking off with
Yeah,
them.
that's how I hear them. That's how I see them.
But I did. You did set me up in a way that I agree with. I understand, because we needed to have the fundamental conversation, and I totally understand that. That's something very constructive and necessary for people to do, especially if they want to have kids together, or if they do have kids. We need to have those conversations. But I was right. You did set me up.
Just on that.
You
part,
did
I
set
guess.
me up. No, because I would have been like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Because then you're dispelling to me like that. It's not an entitlement thing. It's because he wants to look at boobs. There was a plan. I fucking knew it. Oh, I knew it. It was just like so intuitive. I fucking knew it. I love you. You crazy motherfucker. All right, cool. You're such an asshole. I love you so much.
I love you.